Hey everybody, it's Mona here at Klatch, and today is Friday. That means it is another Coaster Friday. Today we're going to do a Valentine's Day coaster, and it's going to just involve hearts. For this coaster, I have a wood round, and I have all these little hearts. I have them left over from last year, and it came in this collection of all these little hearts. And I thought they were beautiful. I used them in the sign I did last year for Valentine's Day. You can see all the little hearts. And if you didn't watch this video, be sure to check it out. I will have it linked. But we're going to put these hearts to more use. Today we're going to use the hearts in a coaster. And this is me trying to use stuff I already have in my craft room instead of always going out to get more stuff. We're going to use up some hearts today. So I have this round. It's about 3.5 inches in diameter. And I have these hearts and I have this little round piece. We're going to use some multi-surface paints on this because they're supposed to be quite durable. So durable that you can put it in the top rack of the dishwasher. Now, we wouldn't do that with our coaster, but it should be able to withstand the heat of a coffee mug and being wiped down with a wet cloth easily. And we are going to stay with basic colors. We are going to go black on the base and red on the hearts. And the multi-surface paint tends to be a little bit thicker, but you could water it down a little bit if you wanted to. And then once you get it painted, let it dry and then paint the other side. And don't forget about the edges either. See how I paint? I get it all over my hands. Now I'm going to use the red and paint the hearts and this little circle. And I'm doing one too many because I haven't decided which ones I want on there yet. And you definitely want to get the edges of these two, and you might want to do 2 coats. Everything is dried, and now I just want to place everything. Figure out where I want it to go. I like this configuration, and now all I'm going to do is glue it on. I'm going to use a paintbrush and glue, and I'm carefully going to put glue on every part of the back, but I don't want it to be too thick because then it'll squish out. This does dry clear, but even so, I don't want too much squishing out. So the first one is going to kind of set the scene. And now I want to make sure I get everything spaced about where I want it to be. And I put this little circle in the middle so that you don't have this drop off in the middle. And all the other spaces are small enough where your cup or your glass is not going to fall off level. All right, so I think this is pretty good. So I'll take the next one. You want enough on there that it'll stick, but not so much that it'll squish out. And this is how it looks when all the glue is on and everything is dry. There's the front, there's the back. You can add some cork if you want to. You can leave it be, but remember this is the multi-surface paint and it should not need any additional sealing. So just follow the directions on whichever multi-surface paint you use. There are different brands, but I think they're roughly about the same. I am going to add a cork back because I think it is a good thing to do. The cork I buy is in a roll. So you cut a piece of cork, and this has the sticky back on it. But what I'm going to do is add some glue to the back of the coaster, and I like to do that just because I don't know how the adhesive on here is going to last long term. So I especially like to get some glue around the edges. So if those edges get wet or water gets in between there, the glue will be there as a barrier. And hopefully that means it will stop it from peeling. So I'm just going to move it to the edge, make it a little thinner so it doesn't squish out so much. Flip it over, put it down, squish it, flip it over again, rub it down, and you can let it dry or you can jump right in and trim around it. Then you can take your craft knife, cut around it, and if you have some rough spots on the edges, again, you can wait for it to dry and just give it a little sand with like an emery board or an old nail file. And then if you needed to touch up any paint, you could. There it is. There's the front, there's the back. Now you have this cool little coaster for Valentine's Day or an anniversary or just because. I love the stark contrast of the colors. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments below. I hope you guys like the Valentine's Day coaster and I hope you give it a try. Very easy to do and all you need are some basic supplies to do it. And you can make a whole set and it'll be relatively inexpensive. Thank you guys so much for being here and I will definitely see you next time. Remember, life's too short not to shimmer, so grab your glue gun and your glitter. Stay safe. Bye guys. Happy Valentine's Day.